Did you hear about the Netflix password sharing crackdown that's happening? That's going to be happening soon.
Actually, I did. How soon? I have no idea, but I did hear about it. Why don't you tell us what this crackdown is?
So, from what I understand, they started testing this new method. Canada, Spain, Portugal, and New Zealand. They're trying out this new word sharing guideline. And basically what they're doing is there's one account, right? And you are allowed to use your account throughout your home. So like you can have it in the living room, one in the bedroom, one on your phone, one on the other bedroom. You know, like you can have your password there. And they're going to have one device be your primary device. Like let's say you choose your phone. Your phone has to connect to the Wi-Fi that it is registered to at least once a month. Yeah.
What?
So like you have to sign into Netflix on your phone on the Wi-Fi that you select that they're going to save apparently.
That's stupid.
That's how it seems like it. Or maybe not even the Wi-Fi. You just have to connect to Netflix on your primary device. So if you choose your phone, you have to sign into Netflix at least once per month, and that will keep your password active and whatnot. And if there are other devices, those do have to sign into the Wi-Fi. So I guess they do save your Wi-Fi one way or another. At least the address.
What if you like lose your service with that provider and decide to go with a different provider? You're screwed then?
That's a really good question. I don't know. I know that whenever I switch providers, and I switch to every here and there, I actually keep the same name of the Wi-Fi. Like I manually change it and I keep it the same, like a custom name. Custom name and password. So maybe that could help diminish some problems. But if people like to use like the default, or they don't like to, or they want to change it or something, I don't know, man. They could be screwed. They could be messing up their Netflix.
Because isn't it like the IP address or whatever, or what's it called? Wouldn't it be that they're saving instead of the Wi-Fi itself?
I'm not sure, man. I'm not really sure how that's going to work. I don't know. But from what it seems, though, yeah, they are definitely saving something. Either the Wi-Fi address, maybe it's the password itself, maybe both. I'm not sure.
Dang, that sucks.
Yeah, it kind of does, because we do a little bit of Netflix sharing ourselves here.
No, we
What?
don't. No,
What?
no. What?
What?
You can't say that out loud, man. Netflix is gonna catch you, dude.
What Netflix? What? So what we've been doing for a while, and it's not like a secret or anything that nobody else has thought about doing this. I'm sure a huge portion of people do
Everybody
this, right?
does
like, for example. So our sister, she has her Netflix account, right? And then she gave me the password and I made my account. She gave you the password. You have an account. Coco and our other sister, right? So we're all sharing the password for Netflix. And we all have our separate profiles, so we don't like overlap, and I'm not watching ahead of you of your show. Like it's all separated, and it's a very nice system. However, we do pay for the family plan. That way we can have like multiple screens on at the same time, right? I'm positive that others just pay for the one account, one password, one profile, and then they share that password with family or friends or whoever, right? Because obviously that's going to be the cheapest subscription. At the very least, we're paying that family plan. However, I think we're still going to get slammed because, we're still going to get slammed because the second part to the Netflix sharing guideline now is any other devices that is not the primary have to sign in to the Wi-Fi that is saved by Netflix. So if our sister's the primary, right? In her house. I have Netflix on my television, my 65-inch television that I have hung up on the wall. I would have to take down that television, take it to her house, sign into the Wi-Fi, and then I'm good for a month.
Damn. You know what? I think I just thought of a way to go around that.
Oh, yeah? What you got?
I'm not 100% sure, but I think it will work.
All right.
So I actually have a T-Mobile router thing that's separate from my AT&T Wi-Fi, because my internet up here is not as great through the Wi-Fi. So we get a T-Mobile little router thing. They had a promotion, I forgot when we got it, but it's up here. So if I disconnect that and potentially just take that to, let's say, if it's at her house and she brings it to your house, would that count?
But the router's it's still plugged into the wall, right? It's still, a connection was still...
No,
you just plugged it in and it started working?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right. You might have already found the workaround. T-Mobile. We'll leave a link below. And, no. No, but yeah, that's actually, that's a really good idea. You heard it here first. First workaround.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's just a power cable, really. That's it.
Wow. That's crazy, dude. All right. That might be honestly, one of the first ways to get around this thing.
No, but just hearing about this more in depth, like you explained it, I feel like Netflix is about to lose a lot of customers. A lot.
Oh, I 100% agree with you, dude. Because Disney's not doing this. HBO's not doing this. Hulu's not doing this. Paramount, name them. You name them. None of them are doing this. So
and there's so many ways to stream these days, dude. Netflix is about to tank, I think, honestly.
Yeah, because they don't have a whole lot of things going on anymore. They used to be king, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for a long, long time, they've only had old movies or things that you just don't care about. I used to get stuck in the Netflix loop where it's nothing good is on, and I'd be scrolling for 30 minutes.
Yep.
And yeah, dude, I feel like it still is that way. There's a few, bits of gold on there for sure. I actually really like and enjoy. But, once I watch the episode or watch the movie, I'm good, I don't use Netflix incredibly often.
No, neither do I. When COVID started, I burned through all my shows in a week or two. And it was multiple shows. And after that, I was like, is this show again? Oh my God, this again. Next. And I was bored, dude. Netflix didn't have anything after that.
Yeah, man. So either one or two things could possibly happen. Everyone else that we just mentioned is going to jump on board, and they're going to do a whole crackdown on passwords. That way it'll be a even playing field. And then Netflix will be safe if that happens. Or
I hope it doesn't.
Right. Kind of like you said, though, they might just tank and just bye.
One less competitor. One less competitor for them.
Honestly, though, I think they're too big to just fall off and disappear. But they will take a hit. They will definitely hurt.
Oh, what if one of the other big streaming providers decides to buy out Netflix?
That's a possibility, too. You never know. You never say never, right? Mickey, he's got some deep pockets.
Tell me about it.
He's got some deep pockets.
First Star Wars, now Marvel.
Or it doesn't even have to be Disney. Maybe someone like Microsoft. Deep pockets. Who's to say that? No, really. They could potentially jump into the streaming game. They're in the gaming industry. Why not get into the movie industry?
Huh.
Amazon, they could buy out Netflix and just add the catalog to Amazon Prime. Anything could happen, really.
True.